Hey leaders, how you guys doing? It's been a while since I've sent you a video, and I hope that you guys are having a great, relaxing summer. Excited to, it's middle of July now almost, so time to start thinking about the fall school year and what's coming up, and just get some of these dates in your head before they actually come, so that you can be mentally prepared for these things as they approach. So in fall, as promised, I've talked about this to a number of you. You guys have heard me say this, but we are going to split into middle school and high school. They're going to both be on Wednesday night, but they're going to be at separate times so that each group can have their own space. This is going to take some teamwork together and some figuring out to make sure that we're all on the same page. It might take some small tweaks throughout as we do this. But really the heart behind why we're doing this, and I've told you guys this, and you probably know this already, but is to create two programs that better cater to 6th through 8th graders, and that a program that better caters to 9th through 12th graders. So even in how we design the program, but also just in being able to, especially with the high schoolers, give them their own space, because something that high schoolers really crave is having a space where they can come and not feel like they're being treated like a kid or at a kid's program. And sometimes, the game I'm trying to play on Wednesday night is be enough fun and entertaining for middle schoolers, but also give high schoolers some of the depth and conversation and connection that they're looking for. And so the more we split, it's going to allow us to do that. And I'm really looking forward to this. But again, like I said, it's going to take a little bit of teamwork in figuring this out. So let me tell you guys, and I'm going to send this out in a text so you can actually see it, but I'm going to tell you what the new schedule is going to look like. And then we also have a save the date for a leader meeting the week before we start Wednesday nights. And hopefully we'll get all the questions and everyone will be on the same page and excited and ready for the new school year before it kicks off. So the way the night is going to look is middle school will be from 6 to 7:15. And then there will be a 15-minute break, and high school will be from 7:30 to 9. So both programs are shorter, but in being shorter, it allows this to be more geared towards them specifically. So middle school looks like this, 6 to 7:15. Groups will start right at 6:05. So there's like 5 minutes of them showing up, but kind of like we've been doing now, it'll be even quicker. We'll start immediately with groups. So those of you that are middle school leaders, and you're used to that groups being first, it'll feel kind of like it did towards the end of last year. But here's the difference is group will only be 25 minutes, which if you're a middle school leader, hopefully that is a blessing to you, because you'll realize that the attention span of middle schoolers and what you can draw out of them and that connection you need really should be about 25 minutes, and the 40 to 45 minutes we were having was a little bit too long. So there will be 6:05 to 6:30, 25 minutes of small groups, kind of a chance to get to know them, hear about their week, get them to talk a little bit and discuss, just touch on what the message is going to be on that night. Then we'll go in together at 6:30 to the auditorium, where we'll do like a 10-minute game every week, and that'll give us more time to kind of be silly with the middle schoolers, get them get their energy out playing games, doing things like that. The teaching will be shorter, and again, this is me. I'll see if I can get more people speaking in that middle school service than just me, especially since you guys know that I have a hard time talking shorter than an hour and a half. Just kidding. It's more like 30 minutes, but still, I have a hard time staying on time, and I want to make sure that timeliness is important with this new schedule. So I'm going to try and keep everything to 20 minutes or shorter for middle school specifically when it comes to teaching. And then after a game and teaching at 7:05, we'll do worship. So they'll still get worship, and they'll do 10 minutes of worship, and then it'll end. And so they'll transition out, and the high schoolers will be there, and we'll have to figure that out a little bit because there will probably be some high schoolers who help out as just being present, helping set things up, all that. So making sure that they are not distracting or interrupting what's going on, but especially as people show up, as those high schoolers show up, that there's this transition time where middle schoolers can leave, high schoolers can show up, and then we'll ask, and I'll make this clear in my communication, ask that most middle schoolers are completely out by 7:30, and then 7:30 we will start immediately with our program for high school. And so that will be worship and teaching, and it'll be 45 minutes, so it'll be like a 30-minute teaching, 10 to 15 minutes of worship, and so it'll be worship teaching, and then at 8:15 it'll be groups, and so they'll do group from 8:15 to 9, which is 45 minutes, which is that's a much better timeline for high schoolers in general. So that's our new schedule. That's what things will look like. We're going to give that a try, see how it goes, see if the times work out, and really open to your guys' input on how things operate those first couple weeks. But I think this is going to be something that's going to be really beneficial for our group going forward. And there is going to be some questions about like, okay, you're kind of separating the programs, but the camps are still together and the events are still together, and how's all that going to work? That's going to be part of the question, but for now, most of the big events will still be together. We're slowly going to work on giving each group their own identity. And so that'll happen over the next probably 2 to 3 years as you'll start to see these formations of, there will be more of a core identity of middle school and a core identity of high school, and even the events and stuff we do might start to separate into this is a middle school event, this is a high school event, but for now they will all be together. To talk more about this and just some of the training and get some of the new leaders, we'll probably have new leaders onboarded and whatnot. August 28th, save that date in your calendar, the last Wednesday in August there will be no Wednesday night for the students, but for you guys, I'd love you there to do a leader training, make sure you're in the know what's going on. I'll be reaching out to you guys individually, seeing how you're doing, how you're feeling about this upcoming year. But then also I wanted to offer this to anyone who might be interested. Because we have 2 separate times, you can serve with your group and then be like, cool, my night's a little bit shorter and I can get home. Maybe it's a little bit later if you're for high school, but it's still like you don't have to come as early. But I wanted to offer this to you guys that if you want to be like, I'm a go-getter and I want to do middle school and high school, we'd love to have leaders who are like, yeah, I can, because they're separate, like I can do both and fill that gap. And I'd love the idea of like the short kind of fun middle school groups, but I'd also like to be a part of pouring into that high school group. So if that's you, let me know. And if you know any people that you think would be good leaders and might be interested in that, go ahead and send that to me. So that I can reach out to them and annoy them on behalf of Westbridge students and helping students know Jesus. So thank you guys for all you do. Hope you're having an awesome summer, and I'm excited for the fall.